What's up, B Squad? It is your boy JB, and we are here today, you guys, to discuss the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills season 14, the reunion part one, you guys. Now, before we go ahead and get into it, if you guys are watching this video or any other video on the channel and you guys aren't subscribed yet, then I need you guys to do me a solid favor and stop taking me out on this date and having me pay for it at the end of it. You guys know the routine. You can do me that favor by liking the video, subscribing to the channel, and also by turning on your post notifications, you guys. And with that out of the way, without further ado, let us go ahead and get into this episode of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, shall we? Actually, you guys, before I go ahead and get into it, you guys know I gotta. What the fuck? So you guys know we got to promote the panel. So you guys know that we have the Whether You Like It or Not Beverly Hills panel, and that is tonight. Actually, let me go see what time it starts. Let me go take a look and see what time because it's so it's going to be on y'all's channel, you guys. So sorry, somebody is texting me, and I asked them to remove me from a damn. I don't know where they got my phone number from, but I asked them to remove me, and then they gonna sit here and ask me when was my roof last replaced. Uh. But again, we're going to be on y'all's channel this tonight. God, like I asked you to remove my phone number. So we are going to go live tonight at 6 p.m. Central Time. So that'll be 7 p.m. Eastern Time, you guys. So be sure to join us on y'all's channel tonight for the panel. Now, before we get into it, I just want to know if to anybody who's watching, tell me what you guys thought about part one of the Beverly Hills reunion. Did you like it? Like, how did you feel about it? For me personally, I don't really have too many feelings about the part one of the reunion, but we gonna talk about it. Are we gonna be here for too long? Absolutely not. We absolutely will not be here for that long. So, nonetheless, let's talk about it. So I think I've already discussed the ladies' looks. Certain people look good, certain people don't look good. I will say something nice, when I will say something about Kyle because I wasn't really feeling Kyle's look originally, but seeing her sit down, it looks better than it did when I originally saw it in the pictures. I will say that. I will definitely say that about it. Her look is much better in her sitting down than it is in photos. Still hate Sutton's outfit. Still love Garcelle's. Bo's her dress is just her top. It's like her titties are about to just suffocate her. Dorit, still feel how I felt about Dorit's look, and that's pretty much it. Hey Gabby, you said the trailer was deceiving. Yeah, it was. It definitely was, especially the part with Garcelle when she said they can fuck themselves. I figured it was probably not the way that they. I figured it probably wasn't that way, but they gotta drum up some drama for the sake of the show to get people to watch. So I get it. Hey Kiwan, how are you doing today? Hope you're having a good day. So let's start up with the reunion, you guys. Y'all see everybody on stage. So you see that Kyle is next to Andy, Sutton is next to Kyle, Garcelle is at the end, and then on the other side it's Dorit, Bose, and Erica. How do you guys feel about the seating arrangement? Like, are you guys cool with the seating arrangement? Let me know what you guys think. Now, what I also will say is I did watch both the episode last night on Bravo, and I did watch it on Peacock today. So I saw the extended version as well as the regular version. Not too much, not too much was different from the extended version. There were some things that they did talk about, and I think we'll get into it. I guess we'll. So Gabby says Dorit and Simone wore the same thing, a roll of toilet paper. I will say Dorit looks better than what Simone got on over there at the Marriage and Medicine reunion. You says Bose, aka Chiquita Banana. I cannot. Hey, Dr. Jen, how are you doing today? Not Chiquita Banana. But yeah, her boobs, they just look like they just about to suffocate her. Also, Bose, if you come back for another season, I just want you to do something different with the hair. That's all I'm saying. The wigs, less bundles. Less bundles. Now, let's start the reunion. I did think it was funny that Garcelle was like, hopefully they can get a cast photo at this reunion because they have not had a cast photo for the last what 2 seasons. And I was like, well, that's interesting because you didn't they got a cast photo this season, but you were not in it because you left. Dr. Jen says, I didn't watch the reunion, but I saw the clips. I was triggered. Yeah, I mean, I figured a lot of people would be. Oh, I'm doing good. Ready to get off of work. That's all it is. Now, we start up with Dorit. They show Dorit's package, and y'all know how I feel when it comes to Dorit. I don't really care. I honestly don't care, you guys, when it comes to Dorit. If I could have fast forwarded through the Dorit scenes, I definitely would have fast forwarded through the Dorit scenes. But because I'm doing this review and I'm doing the panel, then I'm like, I gotta watch it, right? Now, a viewer asked the question of Kyle, did she feel that Dorit, the way that she was this season, was this an attempt to keep her job? And Kyle hemmed and hawed around it, ultimately basically saying, she can see it, she can see that she kind of did think it in the beginning. And Dorit clocked her and said, well, Kyle, and I think this came from the extended version, if I'm not mistaken. I believe this was the extended version because I can't remember if this was on the show last night. Also, in the extended version, they did show Kyle and Erica talking, having a conversation in the dressing room. I didn't care too much about it, but moving on. But Dorit says to Kyle, some of the executives, and if my job was on the line, then you would have known that. So I don't know how you can come to that conclusion. And then Kyle just says, well, that's just how I feel. And I was like, oh, so Kyle is good with some of the executives. So is this why the girls? Because remember, I've said this numerous times about Beverly Hills. Season 9, they swept everybody's stuff under the rug and strictly went after Vanderpump. Season 10, they went after what's her name? Denise. Season 11, through up to just last season, it was all about Erica, but that's because they couldn't avoid that stuff because it was very public. Man, so y'all, this is some bullshit. Gabby says we need 3 less bundles and she needs to stop wearing her cape for people that wouldn't do it for her. Amen. Dr. Jen says Dorit is boring, 100% boring. That's why she amped up what she did this season to say that Diamond. Like Dorit ain't fooling me, but she may have other people fooled, but this is one person that Dorit the fuck does not have fooled. I kid you not, Dorit ain't got me fooled, but she may have other people fooled. Riri, how are you doing today? You said Bravo fumbled their eggs in a burrito basket this season. They did, because Dorit fell flat for me personally. She really fell flat. So then there was a question about Dorit if she regrets not telling her kids about, she and PK separating after Jagger found out about her post on social media. So Dorit says no, that she doesn't regret it. And then Andy was talking to Sutton, and Sutton was just talking about, her situation with she and her kids, right? Because Sutton says that she does regret not telling her kids. And so Dorit asked her, like, well, what was, was there any negative coming from your kids? And she said no, but she just prefers to be honest with her kids. And I get that, right? Here's the thing. I get wanting to shield your kids and wanting to protect your kids from certain things. But then at the same time, I also feel that you are doing your kids a disservice by not telling them things, because they can ultimately find out these. They can also always find out things through social media, through friends, through anything, right? So I think you do your kids a disservice. Hey, powerful, how are you doing today? Like, I really do think that you can do your kids a disservice, right? So then Andy asked her it, and he's talking to Dorit. He's asking Dorit if the reason why she didn't tell the kids is because she's hopeful that she and PK can get back together. She says no, that that's not what it is, right? But then Andy asked Dorit if she's still in love with PK. She said yes, that's her heart and all this kind of, that's her heart, that's her blood, and all this kind of bullshit. And I was just like, girl, shut up. My bad, you guys. Y'all know I'm still at work, and they finna start this new thing where they can monitor us during the day. So I'm trying to stay ahead of that. But one of my friends is asking me if I'm coming into the office this week, and I was just there yesterday. But let's get to the comments. The kids always find out from their friends. Exactly. Like the kids are gonna find out. Like the kids will definitely find out some way, somehow. It's kind of stupid to shield your kids from a divorce that's being televised. That's really my thing when it comes to it's like you're on a reality TV show, a hit reality TV show at that, and you're trying to shield your kids from it. That's not smart. That's not smart, but whatever. Hey, Miss Baythang, how you doing today? So then after that, you guys, we move on. And so we talk about PK. Oh, you guys, I got PK's statement. That's what I meant to bring up. PK statement. So let me bring it up on the screen real quick. I gotta airdrop it to myself. Miss Dr. Jen, he definitely said PK said shout out to everyone. He had fun because that is exactly what PK did. And I'm actually gonna read you guys PK's statement. So give me just a second to get this thing up because I mean he didn't hold nothing back. He didn't hold nothing back, and I honestly kind of agree with PK. So PK's statement says, so PK was invited to the reunion, but PK decided not to go to the reunion. And I don't blame him. I don't blame PK for not going into the reunion because we'll talk about it. So PK's statement reads, I was invited to be part of the reunion, but declined because I don't believe engaging with Dorit in this forum would be constructive. Dorit has made several mischaracterizations about me, but I must address is the claim that I am a bad father. That statement is both heartbreaking and false. It is deeply hurtful to me and more importantly to our children, who, despite Dorit's assertion, will inevitably see and hear all of this at a time not of our choosing. Those closest to us know the truth. Many have wanted to speak out, but I've asked them not to because the truth will never need a champion. I refuse to stoke a fire I did not ignite. The Dorit I married would never would the Dorit I married would he meant to say would have well no, the Dorit I married would never have allowed this, much less caused it. That woman embodied kindness, integrity, and grace. I can only hope this version of Dorit finds her way back to the person she once was. Signed PK. And I'm, again, like I said, I'm not mad at PK. He can feel how he wants because I mean, let's just keep it a buck with each other. The way Dorit played this season out, it does kind of look like, she is making him out to be the villain. And also I feel like this would be if they go through with a divorce, right? They're gonna have to go through a custody battle for the kids. So this is basically a whole way of putting her story out there. I'm using air quotes, her story out there, and a judge can see this and be like, oh, he's an alcoholic. Oh, he's this. Oh, he's the terrible father. So they would grant the mother full custody. So I don't blame PK. PK did want to play the loving didn't want to play the loving couple anymore. I agree. Riri says, I'm so ready for the Real Housewives of Miami, and Bravo will have another Housewives drop this summer yet again. They will, because Potomac hasn't started filming yet. Potomac isn't filming. Well, they might not have a drought because OC is currently filming. I don't know how much longer OC has to film, but OC's filming. We know Jersey's on pause. What else do they have? They canceled. They put Dubai on pause, so no Dubai. You guys have you guys have heard the rumors that they are testing two new cities. Rhode Island is one, and I forgot what the other city was, but there are two cities that are and I'm using air quotes. There are two cities that they're out there currently filming. Salt Lake City, they're filming, which I know we won't get Salt Lake City until the fall. So it'll be a little bit of a drought, but we will. I think the only thing that we'll probably have, yes, that's it. Yeah, I knew it was one, but yeah, we will have something, but I think it'll just be OC because I don't know what they're doing with Roni. Because I don't even know when Roni's supposed to film. I have no interest in reviewing Roni or even watching Roni at this point. It's I'm good on that. Gabby says PK basically called Dorit fake. He absolutely did. That is exactly what PK said. The BIT is fake. And I agree with him. So then Andy asked Dorit, like, with this show, does she feel like, fame has gotten in the way, her fame? Does she feel that PK is jealous of her? I don't, y'all can tell me if y'all think he's jealous of Dorit. I mean, he hasn't been on the show for the last few seasons, so I don't know how we could come to that conclusion, but okay, whatever. So then Andy asked Dorit if PK is sober. How long has he been sober? And Dorit was like, well, she can't answer that question. And here we go again. This is leading, Dorit. You're leading people to believe something about PK. Instead of you just saying, PK and I, we don't have any conversations about his sobriety. You left it open-ended for people to make their own interpretations and opinions about PK. Because even Eric and Bose was like, well, has he started back drinking? Even Andy asked the question, well, is he drinking again? Like, you really sat there and tried to play it up like the man is an alcoholic. So then Kyle came to, PK's defense and saying, well, she feels that when it comes down to it, and this is also part of the extended version, she says PK didn't say this on the show, which that was on the show last night. He didn't say it on the show. Dorit says he gave her permission to talk about his sobriety on the show. I don't believe that. And Kyle is like, well, she learned a lesson from saying season 1 that Kim was an alcoholic because she said it. She was being, she said it out of anger and being mad at her sister, and so she kind of regrets that. And so I think that's what she's saying to Dorit, like, girl, you said this, and you kind of should have, took it back, or just watch what you say, basically. Let's get to the comment real quick. Riri says they need more Black Housewives shows like New Orleans, Houston, or Detroit. I agree. We need more than Married to Medicine. We need more than Real Housewives of Atlanta and Potomac. We need something else. I absolutely agree. I agree. So that's really it. So after that, we move on. Yeah, we were talking. So I've already talked about the whole PK and her, the drinking thing. So then we also talked about. Actually, Sutton said that it seemed like Dorit was throwing her husband under the bus. She was intentionally. Intentionally. So then Andy asked Sutton, like, what do you think that the forensic accountant would find with this divorce? And, Sutton was like, who knows? Because with my divorce, I found out, about the stadiums and all that stuff, which Andy was like, that's not a bad thing. But she said, no, it's not a bad thing. But she asked Dorit, like, when it comes to the house, do you know whose name is on it? And Dorit was like, I'm not going to answer that question. And I'm like, girl, she's not trying to be malicious. Like, she's actually trying to help you. But instead of you taking the help, you just want to say, fuck Sutton. Am I mad that she's saying fuck Sutton? No. But I mean, if somebody is I think Sutton was being genuine in this particular moment. So then Andy asks Sutton, is she worried about Dorit? And she says yes. And so Dorit questions her. He says, in order for you to be worried about somebody, you would actually have to like that person. Not necessarily. Not necessarily. Because there are people in my life that I don't necessarily fuck with. I don't like them like that. But if I find out something bad is going on in their life, I can be like, you know what? I feel bad for them. I do wish the best for them. And I can worry, you can worry about people. Doesn't mean that I'm going to be at your door tomorrow, knocking on your door saying, hey, you need me to do this, you need me to do that. No, I'm just gonna be like, hey, I heard that such and such is going on with you. My thoughts and prayers are with you, so you can still evoke empathy for a person. And that's really what Sutton is doing. She's showing empathy towards you. You don't necessarily have to like a person. Me personally, I don't feel this way, that you necessarily have to like a person to have any empathy for them. That's just a human emotion to have empathy for people. Empathy means putting yourself in that person's shoes. And Sutton has been in Dorit's shoes, so she knows what this situation can turn into. But let Dorit have it. And then Sutton was like, she supports women. And then Dorit started laughing at her. I was like, girl, shut up. So then Andy asked Dorit about the whole situation with the foreclosure, right? Dorit said it went into pre-foreclosure, which I've heard of that before. But then the shit that Dorit was saying after that, it made no fucking sense to me. Because even Bo said when he was like the numbers, something about the numbers, and Bo's like, well, that's how you lose a house. I was like, exactly, when you don't pay your fucking mortgage because you don't agree with something. I don't give a fuck if you don't agree with if they hike the price, up, go down on the price of your mortgage. I don't give a fuck if you don't agree with that. You can negotiate those things with those people, but at the end of the day, you still got to pay whatever the fuck they said before you negotiated. Because if you don't pay it, your ass is gonna be out on the fucking street. Like, what the fuck are we talking about, Dorit? I agree, Dorit the dunce. She should listen to Sutton. I mean, listen to Sutton. But I think that's pride and ego getting in Dorit's way that she can't listen to Sutton. But when PK rakes her over the coals, then have at it, baby girl. Have at it. Once that man rakes you over the coals, then I have no problems with him raking you over the coals. Moving on, you guys. The next person we move on to is Bose. Y'all, I like Bose, right? But Bose does kind of look like a clown, especially caping for Dorit and all this kind of shit. But moving on. So we saw Bose's package. Andy did mention her home burning, and my condolences to her, right? I can't imagine what that feels like to work your entire life, build your dream home, and then it be gone in a flash. So yeah, my heart goes out to her. Dr. Jen says, watch Dorit use what Bose watch Dorit use what Bose against her. But yeah, here's the thing. I think we said this last week on the panel about Dorit and Bose, and actually not even Dorit and Bose and the ladies. With Garcelle gone, and Dorit, Kyle, and Erica being so close with each other, they're not going to want to talk about their stories next season. They're not going to want to talk about shit that's going on in their, I feel it that they're not going to want to talk about shit in their lives. So the target is going to be Bose. And I'm hoping Sutton leaves. So that way it'll definitely have to be Bose or the new girls that they bring in. But good luck to you, Bose. Good luck to your girlfriend. Good luck to you. So she did talk about what people think about her relationship, right? She said it was a mixed reaction to her relationship. Some people supported her relationship. Some people feel like the relationship got some red flags. Some people feel like there's some things with Keely. Y'all know my standpoint when it comes to Bose and Keely. Y'all know that I think that there are a bit of red flags when it comes to it, right? And I've stated that the fact that they had never said that they love each other, but they were ready to have a baby. He wants to move into her house. Like he ain't have no problems with moving. He has no problems with moving into your home. Like Bose, I think you just need to sit down and look at some things and reevaluate. I don't think that the vast majority of people who had things to say about your relationship with Keely, I don't think it was coming from a negative place. I think it was coming from a place of people can see, okay, something with this one ain't really all the way there. I think that's what it is, right? But you guys tell me what you think, and we can definitely discuss it. If you guys go up for the relationship, please tell me. I don't care if you guys go up for it, but you can tell me, hey, yeah, I like Bose and Keely together, and you can explain why. Not Dr. Jen said a dummy for love. A dummy for love. That man is plotting. I do believe that for sure that he's plotting, right? So we also find out that she's in the process of retrieving eggs. I want to say congratulations, but I also don't want to say congratulations. But I'm gonna put a pin in why I don't want to say congratulations 100% because we're gonna come right back to it. So they talked about her friendship with Dorit. Now she thought that Sutton and Garcelle were jealous of what, ma'am? Inquiring minds just would love to know what is there to be jealous of with Dorit. I mean, I would just like to know the answer to that question because I ain't saw nothing to necessarily be jealous of, but you are entitled to your opinions, right? Just like I'm entitled to mine, but I ain't saw nothing with you or Dorit to be jealous of. I mean, that's just my personal opinion. You guys definitely feel free to, if you guys have, again, if you guys have different opinions, I'm all here for it. Let me know what your opinions are. But I don't really see much to be jealous of, Miss Bowles. I truly don't. I honestly don't. But we're gonna move on. So then Bowles did talk about, actually no, Andy brought up when we talk about the egg retrieval, right? So she brought up the fact that people have had comments about this because I think Andy read a viewer comment asking her why does she want to put herself through, having another baby. And what I will say to you both, again, like I said earlier, I don't think people are necessarily looking at you and Keely and saying things in a bad way. I think a lot of things from a lot of people are coming out of concern, right? And I will say this: when it comes to you being a black woman and the fact that you've already talked about your past two pregnancies and how you know they weren't, you lost one child. I think a lot of people are coming from the place of you're a black woman. They don't take black people seriously when it comes to health, and they don't take black women seriously when it comes to childbirth, right? So I think a lot of people are coming from the concern of that you've already been through two pregnancies that, you know, they weren't the best pregnancies, and now you want to put your body at almost 50 through that. I just don't think that that's I mean, it's your body and you can do whatever you want to do with it, but if you've had two complicated pregnancies, why would you go for a third one, especially at almost 50? But do you? I wish you the best. That's the question I had, Dr. Jen. Who is jealous of what? Because I can't see Garcelle and Sutton being jealous of Bose and Dorit's relationship. But again, like I said, Bose, I do want to say congratulations to you. If you and Keely do have a baby, maybe I should go the route of IVF. But also, like Sutton said in that flashback scene, This man has never been married, and he has no kids. That is a little bit of a, and he's almost 50. That is something to kind of look at and be like, why is that? And now, why are you all of a sudden ready to hit your wagon to me? But again, Bose, if you like it, then I love it. And that is all I got to say. So now we move on over, and we're talking about. Um, I was kind of confused what we were talking about. I'm not really confused. I know what we're talking about. We're talking about Garcelle and Sutton and everybody, right? So they're talking about the fact that Erica is saying that she wants to see more from them. She wants to get the juicy scoop from Garcelle and Sutton. I'm gonna get to the Dare Show podcast comment real quick, and then I'm gonna read Erica down for filth. The Dare Show podcast says absolutely not. Risking her life for a baby, she better go adopt, or at least, like I said, have a goddamn surrogate. Now let's get into Erica real quick. So you want the juicy scoop on who Garcelle and Sutton are dating? Okay, here's what I want the juicy scoop on. I want the juicy scoop on the old ass motherfucker whose dick you sitting on to afford that fucking house that you just remodeled. Tell me the juicy scoop about that. Or better yet, tell me the juicy scoop on these two lawsuits that you got coming up on you. Give me the juicy scoop on those two things. That's what I want the juicy scoop on, Erica. Give me the juicy scoop on all of that stuff. Give me the juicy scoop on everything with that. Like I said, the newest old dick that you sitting on. Please tell me everything about it. Tell me who he is. Tell me how much money he's worth. Tell me everything about that man. Give me that. Then when when we're done getting the juice scoop on that, then you can tell me about these lawsuits that you got against you. I want the details on all of those lawsuits, every detail about it, how much you knew about it, how long have you known about these lawsuits, why haven't you brought it to the show? Give me all the juicy details on that, Erica. And then once you do that, then maybe we can talk. But other than that, your motherfucking storyline this whole season has been you remodeling a fucking rental house. Shut the fuck up, Erica. Shut the fuck up. Not Dr. Jen said screaming. Yeah, I went. Yeah, yes. Erica's always deflecting. Exactly. Like, girl, fuck you. Like Garcelle said, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. Kyle, let's get on you real quick. Y'all know I do like Kyle, but y'all know I ain't got no problem with calling anybody out. Kyle, you are full of shit. We're talking about Morgan again. You're saying that, oh, Morgan had anxiety after last season. Well, you're the cause of that anxiety, Kyle, because you are the one that had that girl come onto this show. I feel like it was a way to promote that motherfucking girl's music last season. Fuck you too, Kyle. Then you saying she didn't sign on for the show. Kyle, she signed on for the show last season. When you got whatever kind of backlash y'all got last season, that's when you decided to say, no, she can't come on here. We're not going to talk about her this season. Fuck you, Kyle. But a really big fuck you to Erica. A really big fuck you to Erica. So then also, Kyle, you really are kind of showing your hands because Dorit clocked you earlier in the episode when she said that you're close to some of the executives. Then you clocked yourself when you told Garcelle you and her had a conversation off camera about this whole situation with Morgan. And let's talk about that real quick because Garcelle brought up her on the after show calling her an asshole. Let me get to D's comment real quick. What's up, D? You say they chewing your girl up online. They're calling her buffoonish bows, massa rodeo clown. This ain't gonna end well for her. No, it ain't. And I'm not even upset about it. Because I don't, we don't call her Bozo the clown. Like we called her some of everything. And it's not. When those girls, the thing that I said before, when these girls turn on Bows next season, I ain't gonna have shit to say. I'm just gonna be like, you know what? Raise my hands in the air and just throw the flag in the air. Like, you know what, girl? I can't defend you. We warned you. Hey, Paul. Brantley, how are you doing today? But yeah, like I ain't gonna have shit to say for Bose next season. So then Garcelle clocked Sutton because Garcelle was like, Sutton, what did you say when we had that conversation? Sutton was like, oh, I respect what she said. And Garcelle was like, no, the fuck you did not. You said that was a chess move. And I was like, oop. Now y'all know, according to what they're saying in the blogs, Garcelle and Sutton have not spoken since the reunion. Garcelle and Sutton have not spoken since the reunion. Yikes. So then Kyle had the audacity to call them mean girls. I said, from one mean girl to the next mean girl. Kyle, shut the hell up. Shut up, Kyle. So then you guys, we move on. And we bring up Dorit's break-in again. I said, oh my God, this break-in. Oh, actually, I missed something. I want to bring something up real quick. So Kyle said that she was upset with Garcelle for saying at Chuck E. Cheese that if she wants to be a lesbian, go ahead and be a lesbian, right? Kyle feels that Garcelle was doing that to be mean to her. And I was like, no. I think what Garcelle was saying to you was, Kyle, whatever you want to do with your life, however you want to live your life, however you want to identify, do that and fuck what people say about you and what people think about you. I think that's where Garcelle was coming from. I don't think Garcelle was coming from a malicious or mean place. I think she was just saying, now it was funny how she said it, but I think she honestly was just saying, Kyle, people are going to talk regardless of people are going to talk regardless, right? Let them talk, but live your life. Don't give a fuck what people say about you. And I think that that's where Garcelle was coming from. But it is what it is. But again, we move on over to this fucking break-in. Bose, this is what pisses me off with you. You are riding hard under Dorit's ass. You're riding hard under Dorit's ass. So Garcelle says it's just, this is just how she feels. Like, this is just how she feels about the break-in. And then, she said this is, she said something to the effect of she's not the only person who feels like this, right? And Dorit was like, who are you? Who, you and the 4 of the people on Twitter? Man, it's more than 4 people on Twitter who believe this. It's more than 4 people. Girl, if you go look in the whole hashtag from last season and even from this episode of the reunion, man, people still question this damn break-in. Even your boss had to say something. Your boss mentioned, he was like, I think it's the fact that the robbers left your cell phone. Thank you. That is exactly what it is. What fucking robber is gonna leave someone's cell phone? They're gonna come rob your house, but then they're gonna say, oh, I'm gonna be a nice person and I'm gonna leave your phone so you can call the cops on me. Like, what the fuck? Dr. Jen says, I analyze from a place of empowerment for Garcelle. I'm right there with you. Bo should have stayed out of the situation. She absolutely should have shut her fucking mouth. That's absolutely what Garcelle meant, but they want to make Garcelle and Sutton look like horrible people. Exactly. Garcelle was only saying, Kyle, fuck what people got to say about you. Live your life. Because we were all wondering about the robbery. Like, I think everybody was. Like, the fandom word was thinking I even said it in my review that season. I didn't buy them. I don't buy it. Like, it's too weird. I don't know any, like, if you're at home and somebody robs your house, they're not going to just say, let me give this person their phone back. Like, what the fuck? So Dorit is pissed off, right? So Dorit is saying to Garcelle, you have no reason to come to that conclusion. Girl, yes, she did. Again, what robber is going to go into your house, take all your most valuable possessions, walk out the door, run down the hill, but before they run down the hill, they're going to leave your phone at the gate for you with your light flashing. I've never heard it. I've never saw it in my life. And I'm probably never going to never see it again in my life. It was staged. Somebody set that up. Somebody set that up. And here's the thing. Dorit wants to say that Garcelle is intimating that PK did it. Not necessarily. You guys do have housekeepers, right? You guys do have housekeepers. Anybody, and you also said that you don't turn your alarm on. How many people know this about you? Like, you can, like, there's so many, like, it doesn't have to be your husband. This could have, what Garcelle was saying is this could have been an inside job, which I mean, it very well could have been an inside job. But whatever, Dorit. You just want to be mad at Garcelle for no fucking reason. The home invasion and 10,000 at TJ Maxx stolen out of her purse. That one, child, I forgot all about the damn TJ, the $10,000 stolen out of her purse. I forgot all about that. Like, nothing with Dorit makes sense. I still don't believe that $10,000. I still don't believe that one. I think that was a bullshit ass lie. You went into TJ Maxx with money, so you went to the bank, got $10,000, went to the store. You went to the bank, got the money, went to the store with it in your purse. How the hell did they know that you had it in your purse? If they that would mean, and I'm using air quotes because I don't believe this, but if you did all this stuff, that means you went to the bank. This person must have saw you at the bank, get the money out of the bank, and followed you to the store. But even still, they would have got the money from you before you even left the fucking bank. They would have followed you. They would have followed you in your fucking car and cut you off and robbed you as you left the bank. Girl, get the fuck out of Dodge. Uh D says Garcelle definitely played herself with not with mutton. She had already showed a while ago that she was a flip flopper and a people pleaser, and clearly willing to sacrifice her friendship with Garcelle for acceptance. Absolutely, yeah. I still don't buy that whole cell phone thing. I'm never gonna believe that. And then I forgot that because Garcelle was like she said that she don't turn the alarm on because the kids play. Girl, what the fuck? So here's the thing. I will tell you guys a quick little story time. Like somebody broke into. I told you guys before when I was like 3 or 4 years old. Somebody broke into our house and stole some stuff out of our house. Stole my Super Nintendo. Stole, and this is around Christmas time. They stole all of my stuff that my mom and I had got for Christmas. And so they stole it before we got home. And when we got home, they left the door wide the fuck open when we got home. Then we moved from that house to another house, and like maybe a year or two into living in this second house that we lived in, someone broke into that house. And again, now they didn't. I don't think they took anything. The second time they broke into the house, they didn't take anything. They just broke into the house and went out. They went in the front door, went out the back door, didn't take anything because they couldn't find anything because at that point we didn't leave anything out in the open for people to see. And this was my cousin's rent house. So he put an alarm in the house, right? And it was a motion censored alarm. So when you turn it, you put the thing in to activate the alarm. And I'm a little kid, right? So I'm like 9 or 10 years old. You can still move around your fucking house with the alarm on because I'm someone who gets up in the middle of the night. And that's what my mama said to my cousin before he put the alarm. And she was like, you have, your little cousin, he walks around the house, he gets up in the middle of the night, he goes to the bathroom, he does stuff, right? He was like, and so we talked to them. They were like, you guys will be fine. It won't go off if he's moving around the house. So you can still turn your fucking alarm on and it won't go the fuck off. But Dorit is full of shit. But she's mad that she's saying that Garcelle intimated that PK did this. No, she did not. She said, I don't now she could have said, I don't believe PK did it. But what she said was she doesn't believe Dorit knows, but she says someone does. Now, yes, can you interpret someone as PK? Yes, but she never flat out said PK. She never flat out said PK. Dorit just want to be mad. She wants to be mad. Riri says Bozo is using coded language for the word sue towards Garcelle. She was pissing me off because she was like, "That's to make that accusation." Garcelle did not make an accusation. Garcelle didn't mention PK. A hit dog hollered when PK addressed Garcelle on social media. All Garcelle said was someone knows. And I mean, let's be real. Let's keep it real. They have financial issues. Would it be too much of a stretch to believe that PK could have possibly done this? I'm just gonna leave it at that. Is it a stretch to believe that if somebody got money issues? I mean, insurance fraud. It's a well known thing. Insurance fraud is a well known thing. I work in the insurance industry, and I see it all the time. Dunce Dorit, as someone said. I think it was Dr. Jen who said that. 10,000 at TJ Maxx. Shaking my head. She lying. She is. Exactly. Fraudulent. Sweet Pea says, I have an energetic 2-year old. The alarm stays set. Him playing doesn't set the alarm off. Exactly. Our alarm never. Now, I will say, there is one night that shit went off. And it was because, now you guys know, like, if things, bugs can set off the alarm. And that's what happened. A bug flew into the damn thing, into the motion detector thing, and it set it off. I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, I walk around this bitch all the time with that thing on, but a fucking flying ass bug can set it off. Like, literally, a bug set it off. Because we got home and the police, were there. Nobody had broke in. It literally was just something that flew in there and set that damn thing off. Sweet Pea says Dorit is lying. Absolutely. Dorit is giving Joanne the scammer, and she is. That business venture she did and didn't pay that lady who was helping her. She got confronted on. Yes. That lady. I thought it was Mexico, but yeah, whatever it was, that lady flew all the way there to serve Dorit, and they did not show it, and it was filmed. It was a cast trip. That was a bold ass lady, because that bitch said, fuck Dorit. Bitch, I'm getting my motherfucking money. And she flew there. She paid for her flight to get to them bitches. Dorit thinks somebody's stupid. She does. She absolutely does think. She thinks we're all dumb. But I mean, let's play along for it. Let's just play along. Because I don't know. I mean, those were some. And here's the thing. That happened, what now, 3 years ago? 4 years ago? They still ain't caught them people, you guys. They still ain't caught these people. But okay, they still ain't caught them robbers. But I'm just still pissed off at Bose for chiming in. It's like, girl, if you don't sit your ass down and shut the fuck up, this is where people have a problem with you. And I saw people upset at Bose last night on social media. I saw a lot of people upset with Bose. So then they broke the lunch, right? And Garcelle was like, she expected for Sutton to be in a high seat. And basically she said, fuck them. And I'm here with the Garcelle. Fuck them. Fuck them, fuck them, fuck them. So then Sutton came into Garcelle's room, and Sutton was like, you threw me under the bus, and Garcelle apologized to her, right? But she said what Erica said, fuck you. Like, fuck you, Erica. You, like I said earlier in the live, Erica wants something from Garcelle that she ain't even given. Girl, we know you got we know you got another benefactor. Show us that motherfucker who you are fucking for this lavish lifestyle. Once you show me that, then I'll be like, okay, Erica, cool. Show me that. Talk about these new lawsuits that you got going up against you, because you ain't gonna talk about that next season. Let's see what you bring to the show next season, Erica. Let me see what you bring. What's your storyline gonna be? Because I swear to God, if you come back with another bullshit storyline, what you had like this season, girl, I'm gonna drag you up and down by them blonde roots. Dr. Jen says, get these two broke bees off my screen, Dorit and Erica. Hey Monique, you say they not gonna catch them. It's an inside job. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that. I definitely do believe it's an inside job. Now, who the inside job is, I do not know, but it's definitely an inside job, because the fact that they ain't caught them people all these, it's been 4 years. It's been 3 years, I think, because it was 2021 when it happened. It was 2021. It was literally after the reunion, part 3 of that season's reunion aired. But okay, Dorit, cool. You want to be mad? Once again, we got Bozo backstage with Dorit, still talking about this whole situation. Oh, Garcelle. They're trying to say that Garcelle insinuated that it was PK. She did not insinuate it was PK. Can you draw the conclusions that she's saying is PK? Yes, but she never came out of her mouth and said PK, and that's what I think what was helping Garcelle, because PK can't sue her. He was pissed off at her, but he can't, because she could be like, she could say anything. She'd be like, I could think it's your housekeeper. I could think it's your neighbors. It could be any. She said someone knows. Someone does know, because like Monique says, they're not gonna find them people because it's an inside job. But okay. Like Nene said, what's your status at the bank, Erica? Her status at the bank is another man's funds. She got a big papa like him. Hopefully her big papa ain't married like Kim's big papa was. But hey, it is what it is. But yeah, y'all, that was really it for part one. I did not expect to go almost an hour. I didn't expect to go almost an hour because it was bullshit. Garcelle should countersue because she never said that. Yeah, I was yeah. You know what? I just want Garcelle just to, she decided to leave the show. I'm happy for her. I just want her to just, be fruitful in her businesses. She's doing good. Erica, let me read you one more time before I dip out. See, at least with Garcelle, she's a legitimate artist, right? She's a legitimate actress. She was an actress before this. She's an actress leaving this show. She's a producer leaving this show. She has worked with Lifetime. Y'all might want to shit on Lifetime, but she still works with Lifetime. She still works with Bravo. But what can you say? Because ain't nobody checking for that music, boo. Even though I know you were on a feature on a song that was in that movie that won. I don't know what the name of that damn movie is, but I know you were featured on a song that was in that movie that just won an Oscar this past Oscar cycle. But your career is going no. Well, I know you're back on Broadway, but they'll pretty much take anybody on Broadway when it comes to the reality sector, right? They'll pretty much take anybody. But yeah. So you pale in comparison to Garcelle, but you want so much for Garcelle. See, again with Garcelle, her career flourished before she met Mike. She was an established actress. Your career was established off the backs of burn victims, plane crash victims, and people who unfortunately lost their lives. And your husband had to scam them in order to flaunt your lavish lifestyle and your career. But you want more from Garcelle. Go to hell, Erica. Yeah, I don't know what we're gonna. I know we all gonna kind of go in on the panel tonight. I'm actually looking forward to it. I am looking forward to it. D says, scam Reap getting chased around that pool by that lady will never leave my mental Rolodex. Mine either. Mine either. I wish Bravo had showed it that season. I really wish, because I was looking forward to seeing it. Because I remember, I actually saw the video, which I wonder if that video is still on social media. I remember seeing that video on social media. That lady chased that lady around that pool, and I hollered seeing that woman chase Dorit, and Dorit pretended like she didn't hear that woman. And that lady was loud as daylight because she ignored that woman. Oh, God. But it was funny. Dr. Jen says Erica was in New Jersey as a bottle girl in the 90s. Exactly. Whereas Garcelle was acting and being a model in the 90s. But okay. Y'all want to talk shit about Garcelle, but Erica, just remember, you're only where you've gotten. The only reason why you're where you are today is because of you laying on your backside for old ass men. But okay. And there's nothing wrong with laying on your backside for an old ass man. But for you to sit there and say Garcelle is not interesting, neither are you. Neither are you. But that's all I got, you guys. Once again, you guys, be sure to join us tonight for the panel. Like I stated earlier, it is going to be on Yas channel. I'm gonna put it on the screen before we dip out of here. So it's gonna be on y'all's channel, and oh shit. So if it's gonna be on y'all's channel tonight, that means I gotta host it next week for part 2. Fuck, that means I actually gotta watch that shit again next week. Oh god, you guys. But yeah, it's on y'all's channel tonight. So check us out tonight on y'all's channel, 6 p.m. Central Time, 4 p.m. It's 6 p.m. Central Time, 4 p.m. West Coast Time, and 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And we'll see you guys there, you guys. And I appreciate you guys for dropping by, being in a live chat with me, and liking the video. Now, before we dip out of here, you guys, be sure to like the video for me. Subscribe to the channel if you guys aren't subscribed yet, and share the video. And I am going to catch you guys in the next one, because I got to get back to work real quick and wrap up my day for the last hour. I'm really not about to do shit, but I'm just gonna play like I'm doing something. But I'll see you guys later. Everybody said they can't wait for the panel. Yeah, me too. And I did see that Scotty said he actually watched the episode, so he'll be participating with us tonight. So I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, you guys, see you guys later. Bye, y'all.